What's going on, Toll Brigade? Welcome to Bomberman GB, otherwise known as Bomberman GB 2 in Japan. Yeah, this is a game you probably never even heard of. It's a game that I grew up with, and it's like your typical Bomberman game. Go through mazes, defeat monsters, and then fight bosses at the end of each area, and that's what this game is all about. But apparently in this game, Bomberman is actually looking for a legendary treasure that is in the form of a diamond ring that I think it presents like some sort of like mythical powers or something like that. But he's searching for that treasure, and that's why he's going on this little adventure. But anyway, we're going to go to password because we can enter a certain password to get to the very end of the game, which is what I want to show off. So if you put in 5472, you'll see Bomberman do his okay, and yeah. This is what I want to show off in the game. Has become full strength. So each of the areas you would get an ability going through the game that you didn't have previously, but at the end of the game you have all your abilities and everything. But anyway, here we go. So yeah, here's the first boss of the game. This is the boss of the castle area. So basically what you're going to be doing here in this last area is fighting all the bosses not simultaneously, but consecutively. That's the word I was looking for. You're fighting each of the bosses of the 7 main areas, and then after that you're going to the main boss at the end. So that's what you're doing here. And I am not getting any hits on this little monster here. I will say I love the boss music in this game. The boss music is pretty freaking epic. Even though it's some 8-bit Game Boy music, I don't care. It's freaking awesome. Wait till you hear the final boss theme. Oh my gosh. That's one of the best songs I've ever heard on the Game Boy Color game, or Game Boy game for that matter. This isn't a Game Boy Color game, this is a Game Boy game. It just looks like it's in color because I'm using the Super Game Boy graphics. But yeah, there we go. That was boss number 1. Here's the boss of the swamp area, area 2. And it is a frog that looks like a flying saucer. I think that's what this is. I don't know. Wait till you see what the third boss is supposed to be, because I have no freaking idea. I don't know if someone can actually tell me what the third boss is supposed to be, because I cannot even begin to think of what it actually is. But we're going to be seeing it in a few moments. But yeah, this boss likes to basically, you know, basically move around, and sometimes it'll do like this weird little spin attack whenever it lets out all of its little frog minions. Yeah, it does that sometimes. You gotta kind of watch out for that. But yeah, that was it. That was the frog. See you later, Timothy. I always thought Timothy was the name of a frog. I don't know why. Anyway, here's the boss of the third area, the ruins. And what the heck is this thing? I do not know. What is this thing supposed to be? Because, is it like, it looks like a salt shaker with like spinny arms or something made out of bricks. That's what I always thought this thing was, but what is this thing? I have no freaking idea. I can't even begin to tell you what this thing actually is. What is it? Every other boss after this, I know exactly what it's supposed to be. But nope, this one, I have no freaking idea. But yeah, these bosses rack up difficulty. Basically, this one, you gotta put a bomb down where you think it's gonna... Well, you actually would know where it's gonna land because of the timing, but there's actually some bosses that come later where you have to basically predict where they're gonna go, and then you have to place a bomb where they land. So it can be kind of annoying in some of the later bosses. But this one, you can actually tell where they're gonna go. And I failed on that hit. I gotta try this again. There we go. Okay, one more hit ought to do it for this guy. I don't know the names of these bosses, by the way, so that's why I'm not saying them. I do not know the names. I know these bosses have names. I'm sure they do. Oh, it wasn't one more hit. Okay. Well, I was wrong. I miscalculated the amount of hits that this guy takes. And there we go. That's the ruins boss. And we're riding the Moto Bomber. Okay, here's the boss of the fourth area, the pyramid. And this boss can actually be pretty annoying. This mummy, aka sarcophagus, I hate this boss so much because he keeps firing these stupid lasers. And those lasers can be really annoying to dodge sometimes. If you happen to be in the wrong spot, those lasers will hit you. And it can be really, really annoying to try to like get out of the way of it sometimes. But yeah, if you don't want to call this guy a mummy, just call it a sarcophagus. I'm sure he wouldn't mind being called a sarcophagus. But yeah, basically each of the areas in the game before these bosses, like when you're going through the main story before this, you basically go through like a series of levels in each area. And you're like, it's basically, you can choose between 2 different types of missions for each of the levels, which you, and then you defeat the monsters in the area, and then once you get through all the different levels in the area, then you face the boss. And you go through the game like that. Anyway, here's the boss of Area 5, the desert. This is a crab. This boss can be actually pretty annoying too, because sometimes he won't like let parts of his body loose so you can hit him. Sometimes he'll try to trick you. I freaking hate that. But so far, he has been doing what he was supposed to do, so no complaints here. Ah, damn it. I lost the Moto Bomber. Now I can't jump over freaking blocks anymore. Basically, those rocks is what I'm talking about, those blocks. But yeah, we're almost done with this boss. One more hit, I think. I don't know. You know what? I'm not even going to judge how many more hits it's going to take some of these bosses, because sometimes, half the time, I'd be freaking wrong. See, like right there, he did. Oh, never mind. I was going to say he didn't let his claws loose. Instead, he just kept going. But there we go. Okay, here's the boss of the 6th area in the game. This is the Caverns, and this is a giant freaking lantern. Basically, on this boss, you gotta hit him. You gotta basically place a bomb, and then the bomb will explode where he's jumping in place. But he can get kind of tricky when he only needs it after you hit him twice, because he only hops twice in one spot. So you gotta be kind of like quick to place your bombs after you hit him twice. He starts off hopping 4 times in place, then 3, then 2. And then he'll keep doing this pattern over and over and over again. But as long as you know the timing, this boss is really, really easy. And there we go. That was quick. That was fast. Okay. Here's the boss of the final area in the game. The 7th area is the jungle. This is a giant tiki head. And this boss likes to throw these annoying-ass torches and breathe fire out of his mouth. And I freaking hate this boss so much, because sometimes he'll do like a certain attack, but you don't expect that he's going to do that specific attack. Sometimes he'll do the fire, other times he'll throw the torches. But once you understand what his pattern consists of, he's not really that bad, but he can be a little bit annoying sometimes. Okay. Also, can I talk about how Bomberman literally looks like a terrorist? Somebody mentioned on Facebook when I posted that he looks like a terrorist even though he fights for good. They said, oh, Bomberman is supposed to be a ninja. Well, he looks like a terrorist to me, damn it. Look at his character design. Tell me I'm wrong. Anyway, here's the final boss, and listen to this freaking music. This music is ultimately badass, and I love it. Ah, I love this freaking theme. One of the best themes I've ever heard on the Game Boy. You know, this theme tells you you're at the final boss. That's what this theme is entailing. This screams final boss music. It's freaking menacing. Of course, this is not all you're doing on the final boss, because this is way too easy. Of course there's more to this. Of course there's more. But basically all you gotta do is, for this phase, is just hit when the giant head goes into the middle of the room. So basically place a bomb before he stops, and then it'll blow up on him. Okay, next phase. We got two heads here. This is probably the most annoying part of this boss. No, actually, no, I would debate the final boss is really annoying because the final boss can freaking die. Well, the final boss will die once I'm done with it, but still, I hate the freaking last boss of this game. But yeah, that's what this boss rush consists of. There are other passwords too that you can enter. One can give you the sound test where you can listen to the music in the game. The music in this game is actually pretty freaking good. For a Game Boy game, music is fantastic. Ah, damn it, I messed up. I'm gonna meet you guys back at that boss again. Okay, here we are, round 2 against the 2 heads again. I actually kind of lucked out when I died there because I placed a bomb that exploded before I could actually react. So I died anyway. It was kind of annoying. But yeah, what makes these guys really annoying is the fact that the way they move around the room. They kind of have a pseudo-sporadic pattern that's really annoying to predict. But once you understand the pattern, it's not really that bad, but still, it's kind of annoying to actually try to hit these guys. Because you gotta hit the lighter head a series of times before you can get the other head. So, yeah, that can be kind of annoying. But yeah, there we go. And the other head will explode in a few seconds. There we go. Okay, here's the actual final boss. This Skull, this freaking asshole, I hate this boss so much. What makes this boss really annoying is the fact that it's not like the other bosses in the game. Every other boss you can hit as long as you know what their pattern is. This one does not freaking care. This one you have to... Oh, that was close. You have to predict where he's gonna go, and then you have to place a bomb there before he actually goes there to explode at just the right time to actually hit him. Because if the bomb explodes too late when he stops, it's not gonna count. So you gotta be really, really quick on this boss. And I freaking despise fighting him because of that. But, I mean, as long as you know that that's what you have to do, it's not that bad. But still, man, this boss sucks. Also, I will say another thing about this boss, too. This freaking music paired up with this boss, when I first heard it on the Game Boy, I was terrified of this thing. I really, really was. I was like, oh crap, this is the final boss, and I can tell that it's the final boss because this music, man. But, yeah, it's not really that bad. It's just basically predicting his movements, but still, it's really hard to do. I'm making it look easy, but trust me, it's not as easy as it looks. You will see yourself dying again and again and again to this boss if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, let's see. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was so close. I almost died right there. Okay, come on. I want to say one more hit's gonna do him in because I hit him like 6 times, I think. Okay, he's not complying. There we go. We beat him. Didn't take long at all. That was the final boss. Bomberman had finally found the legendary treasure. Many battles have been fought over this ring. And many will follow. Also, I love this theme too. This is a badass outro theme for the game. Bomberman had traveled far in search of this treasure. But he decides to leave the treasure behind. And the ring still awaits for the next adventurer.